Hello friends, myself Professor Rajkumar Landage from NB Navle, Sinhagad College of Engineering, Solapur. I have working in electrical engineering department. I have a 10-year experience. Also, I completed MTech in electrical power system. Hello friends, the last lecture we have to study the distributor fed at one end with concentrated loading. In this video lecture we have to study the distributor fed at one end with uniformly loaded, that is uniformly loaded distributor fed at one end. So shown in figure, in that figure we have to be observing that the distributor AB along with the length L and the current is tapping at various point. So we have to look at the diagram carefully. The current, that is a small I, is uniformly tapped at various points. That means it is a equal length of distribution of current. So as shown in figure, single line diagram of a 2 wire DC distributor AB fed at one end A and loaded uniformly with current small I amperes per meter length. It means that at every 1 kilometer length of the distributor, the load tapped is current small I amperes. So every 1 meter length of the distributor, the current is tapped I. So distance or whatever the length is equal. So every 1 meter, so you have to be tapped the current small I amperes, so that it is nothing but the uniformly loaded. So shown in figure B, let small l meters be the length of the distributor and small r ohm be the resistance per meter run. So as shown in figure B, the distributor AB fed at one end, that end is the A where the feeding is the done. We also observing the diagram, there will be the point C and X and dx. So let's see one by one. Consider a point C on the distributor at distance x meters from the feeding point A. As shown in figure B, then current at point C is the current at point C is equal to IL minus Ix ampere. So simplify that. So small I is the common point, that is the common, so is equal to small I in bracket L minus X amperes. Now consider a small length dx near point C. Its resistance is small r dx, and the voltage drop over the length dx is dV is equal to I in bracket L minus X r dx. So simplify that. IR in bracket L minus X dx. Total voltage drop in the distributor up to point C is V is equal to integration of 0 to x IR in bracket L minus X dx. So solve that integration, we get IR bracket Lx minus x square divided by 2. So this will be the voltage drop in the distributor up to point C. So this much voltage drop will be there. So the voltage drop up to point B, that is the over the whole distributor, can be obtained by putting x is equal to L in the above expression. So put the x is equal to L for the voltage drop up to the point B, that means whole distributor length. So voltage drop over the distributor AB is equal to IR in bracket L into L minus L square divided by 2. Simplify that. 1 by 2 IR L square, then 1 by 2 IL into RL, then 1 by 2 capital I into capital R, where IL is equal to capital I, the total current entering at point A. RL is equal to capital R, the total resistance of the distributor. Thus, in a uniformly loaded distributor fed at one end, the total voltage drop is equal to that produced by the whole of the load assumed to be concentrated at the middle point. Okay, so uniformly distributed loaded, the middle point should be assumed at a concentrated. Next is distributor fed at both the ends with concentrated loading. So in that concentrated loading there will be the two parts. One is the equal voltages, another is the unequal voltages. So whenever possible, it is desirable that a long distributor should be fed both the ends instead of the one end only. Since total voltage drop can be considerably reduced without increasing the cross section of the conductor. So, two ends of the distributor may be supplied with first equal voltages, second is unequal voltages. So, take the first two ends fed with the equal voltages. So, we can observing the diagram, the feeder AB feeding at both the ends. That ends is the point A and another point is the B. So tapping are taken at various points, that is the C, D, E, F, G, respectively current of I1, I2, I3, I4, I5. So as we move away from one of the feeding point, suppose that point A, potential difference goes on decreasing till it reaches the minimum value at some load point, say capital E, and then again starts rising and become V holds as we reach other feeding point. So it is similar that as a previous video lecture we have to study the feeder at feeding both the points. So all the currents tapped off between point A and E, that is the minimum potential point, will be supplied from the feeding point A, while those supplied from the feeding point, while those tapped off between B and E will be the supplied from the feeding point B. So we are to concluding that the current I3 is equal to X plus Y. So considering that at feeding point A the X current will be flowing and feeding point B the Y current will be flowing. So at that point E both our current should be equated and I3 current will be X plus Y. Therefore, at a very important conclusion that at the point of minimum potential, current comes from both the ends of the distributor. So find out the point of minimum potential. For that, just we have to observing the diagram. So in that diagram, it is generally desired to locate the point of minimum potential. There is a simple method for it. Consider a distributor AB having three concentrated loads I1, I2 and I3 at point C, D and E respectively. Suppose that current supplied by feeding point A is a IA current. Then current distribution in the various section of the distributor can be worked out as shown in figure. So just shown in figure, the current IA, so that is nothing but the current in the section of AC. So IAC is equal to IA. Then current is tapped at point C, that current is the I1. So current in the section CD is the IA minus I1, so that current CD is equal to IA minus I1, and current in the section DE, so in that the current is the section of DE, IA minus I1 minus I2. Similarly, the current in the section EB is the IEB is equal to IA minus I1 minus I2 minus I3. So this much current in the section of IEB. The voltage drop between point A and B is equal to voltage drop over AB. So just put the value. So voltage drop between point A and B is equal to voltage drop over AB, that is nothing but V minus V. So V minus V is equal to IA into RAC plus in bracket IA minus I1 in bracket RCD plus IA minus I1 minus I2 RDE plus IA minus I1 minus I2 minus I3 into REP. So it is nothing but the voltage drop is nothing but the current into resistance. So already we have to be doing that, the current in the various section already find out that. So just put that the resistance of that various section. So just like for example, the section AC, the current is the IA, so that the resistance in the section AC, that is nothing but RAC. So similarly that various section, so you have to calculate the voltage drop. So from above equation, the unknown IA can be calculated as the values of other quantities are generally given. Suppose actual direction of the current in the various section of the distributor are indicated as shown in figure. The load point where the currents are coming from both the sides of the distributor is the point of minimum potential, and that point is the capital E point in this case. So next is the unequal voltages. Just now we have to study the equal voltage. Now the unequal voltage. So two ends fed with the unequal voltages. So as shown in figure, the figure shows the distributor AB fed with unequal voltages, end A being fed at V1 volts and end B V2 volts. The point of minimum potential can be found by the following the same procedure as discussed above. So thus in this case, voltage drop between point A and B is equal to voltage drop over AB. So V1 minus V2 is equal to voltage drop over AB. Voltage drop over AB. So procedure will be the same as previous case. We have to find the minimum potential point. So last one is the ring main distributor. So I think we already discussing in the last video lecture. Ring means what? There will be the closed loop, that is nothing but the ring. So distributor arranged to form a closed loop and fed at one or more points is called a ring distributor. So such a distributor starts from one point, makes a loop through the area to be covered and returns to the original points. For the purpose of calculating the voltage distribution, the distributor can be considered as consisting of a series of open distributors fed at both the ends. The principal advantage of ring distributor is that may proper choice in the number of feeding points, that will be the great economy in copper can be affected. So ring distributor, that is the ring, you have to be get a closed loops. So that is nothing but the ring main distributors. Okay, so I hope that we have to be understood that point. If you have any doubt, please ask me. Okay, so thank you very much.